Man, what an episode of Charlotte! Episode 3. I did not expect to see a character with a power to channel the dead. Didn't expect that. I didn't expect this episode to take that type of route, especially with this type of ability. In a certain sense, even though the episode didn't seem to be dark, it kind of was. I mean, majority of the episode, like 50% of it, was our characters talking to a dead girl. Think about it for a second. Just process that in your mind real quick. That the girl Miko, or Yusa, was kind of dead. Like, you know, the older sister was dead and talking to everybody. It's kind of dark if you think about it. So, yeah, this episode of Charlotte, I'm liking this series. I really am. Now, since this is the third episode of the series, usually this is the time where many anime watchers follow the golden rule. For instance, you give it 3 episodes, and depending if you like it, you will continue watching it, or you will drop it. And I personally am going to continue watching this series, because it's exceeded my expectations. I kind of walked into this series, as I said, with some expectations, but not much at all. It blew my mind seeing this series slowly progress by the episode, like last week's episode and then this episode. It's definitely making me enjoy it, especially with the outcome of some of these different cases that are going on, like, you know, getting to see what Yusa, like, her entire ability, that was pretty whack. It was, because channeling the dead and then using pyro abilities, burning shit, that was something I didn't expect. And the episode definitely kept me invested. The episode felt like it was maybe 4 minutes. It felt like a 4-minute episode to me. It really did. For this episode to have the content it did, you would think that an episode like this would have not have felt this fast. Like, I'm not saying the pacing was fast. I'm just saying me sitting down and watching it, it was so fast because I was so entertained and engrossed into this episode that I just couldn't keep my eyes away from the screen while I was watching it. I was just that entertained by this episode. And I feel like if this series continues doing what it's doing with the episodes and continues progressing the plot in slow, dark tones and build-up that it's been doing for the past 2 episodes, this is definitely going to be one of the best series of this season. Definitely. If it continues down this path and doesn't, derp on itself and hits straight to the rock bottom. For instance, there's always a chance any great and wonderful series can hit the dirt. Any series can. And so far, it's on track. It's going a really good path that's going straight up a mountain. It's going straight up. It's scaling that mountain like a fucking champ. That's exactly what Charlotte is doing. And I really hope it continues doing that, because this is definitely a series I'm looking forward to the most. One of the series I really am looking forward to the most right now, because I'm loving the uniqueness of these characters, along with, their abilities and different things. I mean, it's nothing original, but it is something that is different from everything else from this season of anime. And it adds that different, unique flair to it that you don't get from any other anime from this season. And I think that's why I'm really starting to enjoy this series so much, because it's just so different from everything else. But I could say that about almost every series from this anime season, to be honest, because everything is very diverse from each other. But that's for another topic, another video. Getting back on topic to Charlotte, this episode goes to give characterization and development for Yusa. A girl, at first glance, looks like maybe she might have split multiple personalities. Like, she has split personalities or multiple personalities, and that's what majority of people would look at her if they were on the outside and didn't know about her ability. For instance, if you're walking down the street, and when you saw this girl just change her persona like that and just go into a bitch mode, you would probably think, like, holy crap, this girl is psycho. That's what you would think. And once again, this goes back to the point I want to talk about. What is with psychotic characters this season? There's so many different anime I've watched this season that have crazy-ass freaking characters. Like, what the fuck? Enough said. So, this girl, her ability, though, like I said, it's very fucked up. It's a dark ability, because there's going to come a time eventually down the road where this ability is going to disappear. This channeling ability will disappear, and the older sister of Yusa will have to disappear. Just, fade away. And if you think about that, that actually is a lot more tragic than anything, because imagine if you were stuck in someone's body, like your soul was stuck in someone's body, and you realized you had a timer, you're ticking down, you're about to disappear. And what's even more tragic about this, if you think about it, the younger sister doesn't even know, or isn't really even aware that her older sister is inside of her. Like, she's not even aware of her sister taking over her body and controlling her. Like, she doesn't even seem like she could communicate to her. So if you think about it, that's even more fucked up, because she can no longer, like, communicate with her sister, even though her sister is there. She can't even talk to her sister to say her final goodbyes. So you get my point. Like, very dark in certain ways, and I like it. I really do. So, Charlotte definitely, I think, is probably going to be one of the best episodes of today. Definitely. Yeah, so far from what I've seen from anime today, I think this is one of my favorites. And maybe one of my favorite episodes of this week. Definitely. Oh, yeah. I'm really liking this series. So, how many of you are going to continue watching this series? How many of you are going to drop it? Let me know in the comments below. I'm just curious to see what is all of your guys' thoughts about this series, because I know there has been slight mixed reactions. Some have called this series boring. Some have said this is a very entertaining series. And obviously, every anime is going to have mixed reactions. Nothing's going to have the similar response to it. But I'm just curious, like, what's the ratio of who really likes this and who dislikes this? So, let me know in the comments. Are you dropping, or are you continuing watching it? So, you all have a wonderful day or nights wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.